Hello, everyone. All I need is a few minutes to talk about this case coming out of Florida, and it's concerning Shakeira Rucker. She's on my left in the black dress, and her nightmare and her family's nightmare started on November 11th when she went missing. They didn't know where she was, and it probably might have started before that because if she was still alive, she would probably be able to tell us, all the things that she's went through with this guy right here in the middle who is her husband. So, we're going to listen to a few news clips and then we're going to get back into the story.
Continue to follow the very latest in the search for a local missing mother, Shakeira Rucker. Winter Springs police say she was last seen on Saturday in Polk County with her estranged husband, Cory Hill. Hill was later arrested on attempted murder charges in Mount Dora after he allegedly shot at a different woman. He is considered a person of interest in Rucker's disappearance.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office says they received the tip leading them to the self-storage off Wiggins Road in Apopka. That's where they found Shakeira Rucker's body just before 5 this afternoon. And this comes exactly 1 week after she went missing. Search efforts this week span from Polk to Lake County. Her family was even out searching for her earlier today. The mother of four was last seen at a Davenport area restaurant last Saturday. Her estranged husband was seen with her at that restaurant, and he has been named a person of interest in her disappearance. Investigators say he's been tight-lipped, not saying a word, and right now there is no word on if he will be named a suspect. Tonight, investigators say the case has been officially upgraded to a homicide, and they say Rucker's family was notified. We are expecting to hear from Sheriff Don Mina sometime tomorrow.
So, you heard from the news clip that Shakeira Rucker is no longer here with us because she lost her life, and it's allegedly at the hands of Cory Hill, who is her husband because they haven't divorced yet. Anyway, so the first thing that struck me about this case was, even though that was her husband, to me, they did not, they do not match. You know how some people, they're together and you say, wow, you guys look good together and stuff. Some people just like to say that to people, but truly there are some couples, they actually look good together. But the first thing I saw, they did not really match each other. They like how Tony Gaskin say looks compatibility. It was not. It did not check off at all. And went some digging, and then I saw some people. I guess the people that are her family members, they left this. So somebody said that the OKR wouldn't have given him a chance. He wasn't her type for real, for real. And somebody responded say he was lucky to even had that chance, shaking my head. So not sure exactly what made her to go with this guy. Not sure because definitely was not, you can tell that was not her type. But sometimes in life, while when we maybe have made a lot of mistakes in choosing different partners, or sometimes you just you just get tired of being alone. It could be a plethora of reasons why she may have, been in a vulnerable position. Something may have happened to her in life, and then most of the time, especially as women, you have to be careful when something maybe traumatic happened to you. You had a great loss. Be careful with the people that come in your life because most of the time they are never good people. So not sure exactly why she got with this guy, but unfortunately she got with him. She got married with him. And another thing that I noticed, and then unfortunately she did lose her life, which shouldn't have happened, but it did. But one major red flag that I saw, even before I even knew that, first of all, he went to jail, he went to prison for taking out somebody, spent 20 years doing that. And I was most recent at 2009, he had some assault charges. So this man is a very violent man. And the thing about it is, according to the news channel, the family said this was news to them. So this is not good. This is not good at all with the different people that come in our lives, in our family lives. We have to vet. Let me let Tony Gaskins tell you.
These men don't love
y'all. These men don't love y'all. Y'all falling for these men before these men fall for y'all.
Yes, we are falling for these men before these men fall for us. With women, because we are created, because we bring life into this world, so we are created to love and to be loved. So it doesn't take much for a woman to fall in love. Most women, there are some exceptions, but most women, it doesn't take much for us to fall in love. And the fact of the and because of that, that is why we have to be very, very mindful and careful of the people that we let into our lives and that we think love us. And everything that I'm going to say, unfortunately, it cannot help um, Shakeira Rucker because she's no longer here, but it could help another young lady, another woman, so that she doesn't fall victim to someone like this guy. Like I said, when I went on his, well, the post that I could see, he was overly religious. He was very religious, and there's nothing wrong with being religious, but your religion has to match your actions. Your religion, you can't be this overly religious, and then you're cheating on your wife. You have all these assault convictions, and usually people who are overly religious, they have something they're hiding. It's something in their lives they don't want you to see. So some people are over religious, some people are overly nice, some people are overly helpful. Sometimes you have the luck. Some people, that's how it is. But there are some people, they're hiding something, and you have to find that out. Some people, they could be, that's just how they are. Say, okay, that's just how this person is. But some people, they're hiding because they don't want you to see the real them. So they push this religiosity, if that's a word, to the forefront, so you don't see the true them. So you don't see the true them, because he has all of this Bible postings and stuff, him with reading the Bible, you know, on his page. And you see here he's talking about repentance, and it's not when you cry, it's, of course, and that's definitely true. So he's posting stuff that are true. But he's not following them because he didn't change. Oh, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Of course, you're not going to fear evil because you were the evil, sir. Thy rod and thy staff shall comfort me. He's posting all this. He calls his children prophetess and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, your religiosity is supposed to match your actions. And then, excuse me, I didn't even introduce who the lady in the corner is. So the lady in the corner, her name is Angel. She interviewed with the news station. That was his girlfriend while he was still married to Shakira. So he had moved out of Shakira's house, and he was living with this lady. After some news outlets say 2 months, some news outlets say 4 months, but they weren't dating for no more than 4 months. That sh- uh, um that he moved in with Angel, and this is why I have to point this out. This is why Tony Gassins always say this. This is the an example of this. When you're newly dating somebody, this person is not supposed to know where you live, like within the first year, or even 6 months. Let's say 6 months. So this person shouldn't know, because you don't know this person yet. You don't know who this is. 4 months, 2 months, whether it's 4 months or 2 months, that's not enough time to know who this person is. So this person shouldn't even know where you live, because you don't know if he's those stalker type, where you cut him off and then he knows where you live and then he's stalking you because he knows where you live. So this lady allowed, by not knowing, because we don't know how to date correctly, letting this guy know where she lives. And then when she found out that he was married, supposedly, according to some reports, she called Shakira. I'm not sure, but obviously somehow Shakira found out anyway that they were dating. But then when she found out that he was married, she didn't want to deal with him no more, and he couldn't take that rejection. Most likely, you have a problem with rejection. Nobody's going to reject him, and if you do, he's going to take you out. So she decided to cut it off, and that's when he finished take out Shakira, he went to go take her out. I'm not sure exactly what happened that caused this lady to still be alive, but she better thank God, because he already finished did it before, and then he shot up her house and everything. So this guy was very, very, very dangerous. He was a very dangerous guy. And then the thing is, he never told the family nothing because he was already in jail for shooting up the girlfriend's house. And all this time they looking for Shakira. The family said they asking him where's Shakira, where's Shakira. Never said a word. Never said a word. When the police introduced themselves, he was like, he don't want to talk to them. He don't want to talk to them. What made them found her is the smell. The smell of her body decomposing. And somebody complained about it when they went in there. That's how they found her under two tires. That's how they found her. So, as beautiful as this lady is, he made sure she would not have an open casket. This is why these men do not love you. It takes time. Not saying they won't ever love you, but it takes a whole lot of time before a man can love you. Especially if the man been through all kind of stuff, you definitely gonna might even take longer. So you have to be very careful. You have to do your due diligence to protect yourself. And then if you have children, to protect you and your children from these type of men that may not be emotionally stable, that may take you away from your children and your family. He made sure she did not have an open casket. How are you gonna have an open casket? And then for her body to be decomposing again, for I don't know which family member had to go identify her, for them to identify. You so used to seeing so beautiful, always dressing nice, and for you to see her decomposing body, that is gonna stay in your mind. This man was pure evil, but he masked it well, so well, so well with religion. And it's so unfortunate that this young lady had to lose her life because of it. And then we have to be careful with like what I said before, like this man was not our type. But then sometimes, as women, we get caught up in saying, because I've seen people posted this, oh, this guy ugly and stuff like that, that he look like this and he want to be hollering stuff like that. We have to be very careful because certain people, yeah, they may not have the looks. If you're not interested in the person, don't even entertain them. Don't even, oh, you can never get me, saying stuff like that. Don't ever do that because most of the time you see these men that look like, oh, and then the women that they be with, you be like, why are they even together? But they together somehow. Somehow he was able to talk her into being in a relationship with him, because we have to understand our nature as women. We are moved by what we hear. That's why you cannot be hearing anything, because if you hear it enough, it's going to start sounding good, and the person who you didn't even find attractive, he's going to start looking good. Yes, this may not be all women because there are exceptions. I know some women, it doesn't matter what a man say, he's not going to get you, but it's enough women that these things are happening, that they getting with these men that they not supposed to be with, whether looks wise, financial wise, social wise, and then they getting with these men, and some of these men are turned out to take over their lives or take over their children's lives. And always remember, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And if he's able to use somebody who has an open door to steal, kill, and destroy in your family, you have to be very careful, because he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. If he kill, he may not be finished. He may become to steal, kill, steal, and destroy even further. Because sometimes when these things happen, when you see a woman lose their lives, it may be like a one-time thing. But then, God forbid, it if it's a spiritual thing, it didn't come just for one family member. It came for several family members. So we have to be very careful with the because sometimes the decision of choosing a partner, it goes way further than just just choosing a person to be with because you don't want to be alone, or just choosing a person to be with because you want to be married, you want to have a husband, and you want your children to have a father. What sometimes it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. The devil, some people, the devil himself send that person to steal, kill, and destroy your family. So that's why you have to be very careful. And people, I don't like when people say, "Oh, you can't vet somebody. You can't vet." I can guarantee you, if it wasn't Shakira, maybe it was her children. Somebody had a bad feeling about this guy. Somebody had a bad feeling. Whether they expressed it to her, whether she expressed it to somebody, had a bad feeling about this guy. But sometimes what we do, we dismiss our intuition. We dismiss it. We put it aside, and we can't do that. Because if we sometimes certain things that we feel, if we investigate upon it, we'll find that, oh yeah, that's why I felt this way. Yes, you could feel it. You don't go right away, and you investigate, and then with your investigation, then you make your decision. But I can guarantee you, somebody had a very bad feeling about this guy, and unfortunately, this young lady lost her life. And people could say, why she didn't talk to nobody, she could have opened up and stuff like. Sometimes the person may be going through stuff, and they don't even know how to tell their family member. And sometimes people may, I know some people, they would tell you exactly what they're going through, but they will tell you on pretense, oh, this was their friend business, this is a neighbor's business, just to see your reaction. And according to your reaction, they know, oh, if I'm going through something with my man, I can't tell. I can't tell my mom. I can't tell my sisters. Because look how she overreacted when I told her about this person's business. It wasn't even the person's business, it was actually theirs. They just wanted to see the reaction. I know some people probably will be upset because, I'm pointing out certain stuff because I guess you're just supposed to tell the story. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not just going to tell a story. I'm going to point out certain lessons just in case a young girl come across this video, that's probably the devil is going to send a man like this on her way so she could be mindful. That's what I'm going to do, because um it won't be able to help Shakira. This story won't be able to help Shakira herself, but it could help save another young woman. This could help save another one. But people want you to do what they want you to do. That's not going to happen over here. This guy did all his stuff in Virginia and came to Florida, started afresh. When you're dating, when you're beginning to date, whether you have children or not, if you have this bad feeling, you must investigate. Pull background checks. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to do it because you think that, oh, he's good and stuff like that, if you care, certain people that in your family, they have kids, they don't have kids, they are like your family, they hold the family together. You see they dating this person gives you a feeling, you do the background check on them and say, here, I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is what I found out about this person because I had a bad feeling. Sometimes you never know what can be turned around just by you doing that before this person is locked in. Because by the time people are locked in, whether they start having sex and spending a lot of time with each other, that makes it even more difficult to leave the relationship, especially when you invested, you already married, because she already knew that he was cheating. So somehow, some way, he convinced her to go on. Took her out to eat, and then he took her to the storage unit because they say that she was in the car. It showed two people going in, and then he put his code, and then when he was leaving like 20 minutes later, it was only one person in the car. So he had already planned. He probably planned from that day after the lady maybe called Shakira and stuff like that. And she probably said, I'm going to get a divorce. You don't know because we don't know. But it was something that he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to need to make this drastic decision and take out these two ladies' lives. And they only Shakeira lost her life. This other lady almost lost her life and her children too, and that's gonna be very traumatic for her children and for Shakira's children. So this guy who was amongst you did this to your mother. I just don't know. And at this point, it's only the evidence that's gonna convince this guy because he's not gonna talk at all. He's gonna go down um, with everything that he knows, and he's not gonna talk. It's the evidence that's gonna convict him, and they seem to have good much evidence. Whether they probably maybe can get him on Shakira, which I doubt, but he already have the four attempted murders that he tried to do on the girlfriend and her children. So he's going down. He's going down. Hopefully he stays where he belongs. And I know a lot of times when these stories come out too, people use these stories to say, that's why I'm single. That's why I don't be in a relationship. But then the Bible says that it's not good for man to be alone. When the original translation says mankind, so he's talking about everything. It's not good for mankind to be alone. So you were not created to be alone. And then we using these stories or using, past this relationships to put it off, and then when you realize that, dang, I want to have somebody, I want to be with somebody, then you choose out of desperation. You're choosing out of frustration. You keep on picking the wrong person. Maybe this time it'll be thing. You're not choosing based on the instructions of God. Like people say they're waiting on the Lord. Are you really waiting on the Lord? Because if you're waiting on the Lord, you know that when you start getting frustrated, when you start getting worried or whatever, or scared or whatever, you know that God said He's going to renew your strength. He's going to renew your strength. So when you see this guy that seemed like he may be the one, but he's probably a carbon copy the devil sent, you know God is going to renew your strength. We have to use these stories now, us who are alive, who are still alive, to educate ourselves and to inform ourselves, not to make ourselves be like, no, I'm not going to be in a relationship. No, to inform us to know we need to vet people. We need to make better decisions. We need to wait on God's instruction and wait on Him to direct our path. Because if He says to trust in Him and do not lean on our own understanding, things that we know, He will direct our path. And God is not going to direct you into a path where the person is going to take you out. He's not. We have to put our trust in Him. We have to use the stories. Yes, the stories are sad. We get caught up in, oh, this story's sad. Look how evil he is. Oh, all these men are so evil and stuff like that. And you miss the lesson out of it, because after this her story comes out, there's going to be another story next week, probably this week, before the year's over, before the month is over. It's going to be a much sadder story, even more than Shakira. And then this is only her family's going to remember, but then it's going to fade in the media. It's going to fade. We have to get lessons and to educate our nieces, nephews, daughters, children. Educate us, educate ourselves, educate our neighbors, people in our surroundings, on how to make better decisions and when we're choosing our partners, because it could literally cost your life. It could literally cost your family's well-being and lives also. So we have to be very mindful in the decisions that we make, and know that God will not give you somebody who's going to take you out, who's going to take you out before your time. He's not. Sometimes it's before God had somebody for you. There go the devil. Send his person and steal, can destroy. And sometimes we don't have the discernment enough, and sometimes we don't trust God enough to know that, yeah, let me just double check with God. I'm just gonna double check with God. Say, okay, God is saying, just in case, so anything goes left, say, God, remember, you gave me this person, right? This is what's going on. I don't know what to do, Lord. Tell me what to do. Anyway, I could say even more, but that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.